Okay, good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing great. Ronan, Hangzhou, Ivan, Alvaro. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Josephine. Wow, lots of beautiful names. Peter, how are you? Okay. Hey, Casey, glad to have you. Okay. Um, a little bit belated Happy New Year to everybody. Zoe, thank you. UI, Kiros, Mershad, and all of you. Oh, I'm looking at that side, guys. You are on that monitor. Sorry. Let me, yeah, say Happy New Year to, thank you, to everyone. And I hope you have already had enjoyed the New Year and the holidays and are ready for the next chapter of your life, continuing our journey together. I'm super excited, honestly. And let me just share a few things. The screen at the moment. So make sure that it will be on the airplane. Yes. Okay. So the add class code for today, for those who will join us later, I would be very much grateful if you help them. Mikita, Milani. Yeah, this is the add class code. Please just check it and see if it works. Awesome. Lovely, Elgor. See? And the thing is, for today, I had back-to-back class. I try my very best to be on time in the class. It happens that people ask questions and I need to stay for a couple of minutes in advance. Forgive me. I'm going to share my schedule. So you are going to see what are my classes. As always, you're more than welcome to switch your classes from one to the other for the labs. And I try to collaborate as best as I can. And before any further delay, I'm going to go to, yes, the courses that we have this semester together, kind of data science 2, deep learning. And you already see that there are some folders that I have provided. Let me just bring it here saying sign into Centennial. Oh, I'm sorry, George Brown. And then content. These are the data sets that you're going to work later with. So don't worry about them. I just, whatever I find useful that you're going to use for probably your projects and so on, I'm going to place them there. And the rest, I tried my best, guys. We have no idea. If you see the files, I changed them. I manipulated. I went back. I was like, no, it doesn't look good. So I changed them till the last moment. So you see in some of them, like the resources or something is like 12 or 10 a.m. or yeah, these are the things that I tried to make them as convenient as possible, but still there's a chance that I make changes. And Ronnie, hey, I will always provide something like a package before the midterm for sure and before the final. So you're going to have everything like what I have here, definitely without exam and quizzes. But you're going to see the same structure. And we are going to first work on the things that we have, like a few resources. As always, if you want to search for, I checked it actually today. Let me just open it for you. The book that we work, I have already shared with you, but imagine that you go to this website, and then to the languages, and then Python. A funny thing is the recent version of that is there, and there are tons of other Python books for deep learning, machine learning, and so on. I checked it yesterday and today, and the things for reviewing the a Python if you want, and the first and second edition online resources that you have for the book that we are going to work with. Apart from it, this is the book. The difference between these two are not that much. So we have one version which belongs to 21, 22-ish, and the older version. At the beginning, in the first chapters, they are like more than 90% similar. So for the current semester, both works. I try to, for instance, today, I put them side by side. I try to see what are the differences. I'm going to bring this one that I have already shared with you has highlights. This one doesn't have. I'm going to make a highlighted version as best as I can for what do we call it? Did I start recording the class? Just one thing. Yes. And you're gonna benefit from that too. Thank you, Ivan. And there are some other resources that I shared. And let me just bring this one to you. As always, we have quizzes, lab exercises, assignments, and midterm and final. The three first assignments are very much kind of directed to go from this step to the next step and so on. But the last one is something that I wanted you to have freedom to choose whatever you like to work on. Definitely relevant to deep learning. And that is why you have that flexibility to choose your own topic, and you can start, just working on it from the beginning of the semester. So you can just come to me in the lab at the end of the lab and say, Reza, this is kind of interesting. I want to invest my time and learn about it. The more time passes, the more importance of the deep learning, machine learning, and AI would be clearer for everybody. The thing is, if I bring you to the course, my apologies. You see that I have already provided the content, the way that you can easily follow, like this is the course content. We are gonna, today, for instance, I provided something that I didn't have time to bring it here. I wanted to still work on it. Okay, give me a second, please. Guess what? In the Python class, when I went there, there was no sign of any content. And I was like, I made it. I'm sure 100% that I made it. And now I see that I copied the content of Python in this class as well. My sincere apologies. Let me just clean that before. I was like, I did it. When you do it in the late at night, these are the things that could happen. So just yes. Don't tell anybody. So assignment 3 and project, term project. This should be, again, delete permanently. Okay. If you see that and compare it with what I have on my computer, you see that we have general info, course content, which I had struggled to just make something proper. Mostly we are gonna concentrate on the book content, so we don't have any slide or something. We jump into Colab and we use the textbook to provide the needed material to start our hands-on practices. And the other thing is, yes, you see that here is course content. For now, it is empty, but look at the things that I have here, and I created something very, very brand new that you're gonna see. That's it. And I'm gonna work on this one mostly today. And I think that everything is like what we have done in the previous semester, similar to that. So is there any question, any concern? So the same as last semester, we have to record the video. Yes, Ronnie, we need to just record the things that we are doing, like the projects as well as the assignments. For them, we need to have a brief presentation. I'm going to explain a little bit more. Some people just scrolled and they that the blame is on me. I didn't explain what I expected clearly. So they said, hey, Reza, we spent 2-3 minutes in the video. Why we didn't get the full mark? So technically, I don't want to just scroll the code. I want to show what we have learned from it, right? So the first thing is, if I just start saying that, guys, this is the import, this is the, I just read the code. So what is the use of it? I have to say for this project, the problem statement is this one. And for solving that, we needed these libraries. The first library is for providing the data set for us. The second one is working with so on and so forth. And the algorithms that we want to use has come from the Keras, something like that. So you explain the problem statement and every single cell that you have used. What's the degree of difficulty of this course? That's a very good question. Okay, before anything, can you please spend a few seconds and just check the course and see is everything is nice, neat, and understandable, the concept? If it is so, please type 1. Okay, thank you very much. And because there is no grade for anyone, and let me just, even there is no grade, let me just hide the your beautiful names, just in case anyone doesn't want. You see that this semester, I have already provided all the grades ready. I mean, all the place for the grades ready to, and let's just switch to spreadsheet. Can I not show every, sorry, there's no thing. So you see that everything like from bonus, my apologies. From the bonus lab exercises, everything is already placed. So from next week, we are going to have our quizzes. I don't see any need for, because you are already familiar with the quizzes. We are going to have our first quiz next week. I will pick the top 8 labs as well as the top 8 quizzes, and they're going to shape our 20% of the mark that we have. Apart from it, we have 4 assignments which provides 40% totally, 60% so far. And we have one midterm and one final exam. Getting back to the course outline that we already discussed, you see that 60%, 2020 makes it 100. The beautiful part is I can show you something which was funny in one of the colleges, and I want to tell you something that I saved it for discussion. And that is, if I show you the, did I delete it? If I show you that the bonus marks that I have given to students in one of the colleges is, if I take them back, some people got 10, 12 or something, still they get A plus. Technically, those who participated the most, they didn't need any of the bonus marks that I have already shared with them, right? So the more that you participate in the class, the higher chance that you get the highest mark possible. And about the difficulty of this, give me a second if I can just find that. Sorry. I'm going to find and share that with you, because I put it aside for one college that I bring it. I deducted the mark. I took that 10%. For instance, a student got 116. And even without that, he got 100 out of 100. And those other friends that they got 10, 12 bonus marks, they got above 100. And if you deduct that mark, you see that still they get A plus. Technically, those who received the bonus marks were those people that they didn't need it. Just two people, if I didn't give them bonus marks, they just dropped to the A category, not A plus. And that was surprising. So my suggestion, oh, that's it. Hey, why don't see it? It's in front of my eyes. I delete, although you don't know the course, the college, and so on. So those people who I was not successful to help them to get the successful mark. And you see those 100s. If you see, if I deduct, for instance, this 12 from that 116, and if I deduct these marks from people, they still get A plus without any need of my help. So I very much strongly recommend that we take participation in the class seriously from the beginning. And getting back to the question that I received from one of our team members, said, what is the Al Gore, if I'm not mistaken, asked that, what is the level of difficulty? Honestly, this is totally a different ballgame. I don't want to frighten you. I'm saying that it's not like C#, like Java, because we already developed that mindset of being a programmer or developer. You know what I'm saying? This is totally a different environment. And for getting there, we need to have a kind of similar language, and it takes time and effort. The resource that we are going to work on is one of the best resources, top notch. And it was not easy for me to grasp all the concerns, all the concepts, and it took me a good amount of time. And I'm gonna just squeeze all the things into the 12 sessions that we have together, 12 multiplied 4 sessions that we have together. And after the completion of the semester, I guarantee you that if you participate in any deep learning, machine learning conference, or if you want to continue your education in any data science relevant courses, you have the needed foundations. There is no word that you hear and say that, what is this? We are going to cover all of them. And if the level of difficulty is your concern, if it was like 3 in the previous semester, it's going to be like 7, 8 in this semester. Did I answer your question, Algor? I'm sorry. Okay. Um, that's pretty much what I wanted to share about this one. Let me just see if there's any other thing in the you know me and I know you guys, so no need for introduction. Other resources. And so I'm going to open this new version of the book. And before anything, I want to ask you one simple question. What is AI? You can Google it. You can use ChatGPT. And please tell me, what is AI? Okay. Ronnie, can I ask you something? Please read the things that you already read and then paraphrase it the way that you understand and you just want to tell the story to someone else. Ivan said that it's the contract form of artificial intelligence. Yes. Prakash said intelligent computer. Do we have stupid computers? Mershad said intelligence of machines. Anand said AI have a very imprecise term. Lovely. I like that. That's a very good initialization. Standard. Doing things automated, basically. Mega, your definition. Anand, top notch. Awesome. Um, artificial intelligence, Donald said, is the simulation of human intelligence. Don't worry, Ronnie. I just said my preference. Okay, the intelligence of. Okay, bravo, Donald. I like that. Something humans created to aid their technological development. ML is much more specific, this is precisely defined as a term, Anand, correct? All computers are stupid. Hey, I hope that your laptop couldn't hear that. If I were in your laptop's shoes, I'm gonna start, give you a hard time. So focus on creating machines capable of forming um, um, they can only follow literal instructions like human brain. Okay. To make machines think like human. Okay, bravo. You did amazing job, guys. I'll just give yourself a few seconds and a few minutes to read whatever our friends mentioned, especially Lucas said it the way that I very much like. It's a kind of some summarizing some research as a subset of deep learning. Um, I'm not saying that it is correct, but I very much like his approach. The approach is nice. Oh, focus. Okay. I want to show you something that you're gonna.
This film, made in 1903, played making it well-prepared to age-old.
Jeffrey Hinton is in Toronto. Sure. Can we say why I'm insisting on the word that Prakash said and the other friend, I've forgotten the name of the other one. I said that it's the mimicking the human's brain. Do we really need that? Do we really need to mimic the human brains to solve our problems? Peter, can you explain a little bit more on that, please? And you can just open the mic and talk.
Yes and no in terms that you want to create like associative thinking, something that can it's a smarter large language model like ChatGPT. ChatGPT just fills in the blanks. Yeah.
Peter, wow, what a voice. Um, you could just work in a radio station. Awesome. Wow. Great. Okay. So, one thing, guys, fly. You have seen these kind of images before, right? This kind of people that they try to make wings and then they try to flap, or the engines that they make kind of flapping to just work, right? But at the end, the Wright brothers, they could just, make the plane which was fixed and they didn't flap, right? What I want to tell you is you don't need to make exactly the same process that brain does to solve the issues. We have issues, we have problems, and we want somebody takes care of it. Again, we have problems. We don't want to mimic the brain, guys. If the brain was that much successful, we didn't have that much amount of chaos all over the world. So we need something better, right? Okay. Getting to this part. I'm going to share this file by tonight. This is something that you remember that we had as the first lab in the previous semester. Watching that AI. If you haven't had a chance, some of our friends didn't, please just watch it. I watched it several times. And this is the data science and data scientists journey, 5 minutes. Watch it at your convenience. But now we start this deep learning, which is the concept of this semester, the subject of this semester. And the question that I have for you is this one. Is deep learning, artificial neural networks, are kind of similar concepts to our neural networks that we have in our brain? Yes or no? Anand, don't be diplomatic. Lovely. Okay. Actually, I don't know the answer. Ronnie said deep learning and artificial neural networks are conceptually similar to the neural networks in our brain. Wow. Ronnie, regardless of saying if it is correct or not correct, this is the output of you and your brain, which I very much respect and value it. Bravo. Conceptual is the key word. Okay. The problem is I don't know the answer. We are going to have it. We are going to have it by next week. But please bear with me. The questions that we want to answer are the concept of the artificial neural nets. Okay, guys, deep learning is a pretty recent discovery in terms of AI, artificial intelligence. True, false? True, true, true. We have 1 true, 2 falses. False, 0. False, true. Okay. We have like 30, 70%. Some people say true, some people say falses. And then the other question is how neural networks learn. The question, Anis, was this one. Okay. Is artificial neural net is a kind of modern, new concept or something old? Like as old as computer, for example. Is this something recent? If you say that false, why we didn't have deep learning 30 years ago or 40 years ago and why we have it just now? Okay. I don't know. I just, guys, the problem is I didn't have time to read these things. I have just lots of questions. And we start with questions and there are 2 problems, guys. 1943. Come on. It was like before the computer. Because computer, the ENIAC was in 1955, if I'm not mistaken. It shouldn't be that. Okay, and now it works. 50s. Okay, I'm not talking about AI. I'm talking about deep neural networks. The first words artificial neural network came in 1984. Huh. Okay, so when we started using computer for that, if I want to paraphrase and make it more accurate. Okay, so we are going to get to there. What is cost function, or the other word for it, to calculate the error? People call it error function as well. And what are we going to do when we have some costs? We try to reduce it, right? How we are going to do that? And can you please search a little bit? R to the power of 2, is that related to the steps towards artificial? Okay. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I very much love this class because people, honestly, they focus and they participate. No matter, guys, I'm learning from you. No matter if we have the correct answer at the moment, but we start the journey together and we are going to get there together. If everything, even the questions are clear so far, please type 5. Give me the first high 5. Lovely. Look at this class. Amazing. Hey there, how are you? Whenever I see your name, I just remember last seat near Josh. Oh, sorry, near. Great. Near Nash. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Look at this one. This is a very primary form of neural network, the artificial neural net that we call it an artificial neural net. So you see that here we have one layer of the input and one layer of the output, and we have some units here that we call them activations. Some units here that they are in the black box, and we call them hidden layer because this is just a column, right? The idea is I ask my question from this input and I receive my answer. Let me just tell you one thing very simple. Imagine that I don't know how I fit in a picture of a cat or other animals, and the output is going to give us 1 if it is cat and 0 if it is not cat. Is it clear? Do you think, thank you very much. Do you think that if we have just one layer, it's going to do a kind of magic word for us with one, no matter what are these guys? Is it going to do something sophisticated? I don't think so. Huh? Muhammad Bilal, yeah, it's not going to do that. So that is why we started having more layers. If it is more than 2, some people say still 2 is artificial neural nets. Yes, Harlan, great question. Whenever we have just 1, some people say 1 or 2, it's a basic form of neural network. But whenever we have more, some people say 2 or more, right? So let's not very much be sensitive about number 2. So if it is more than 2, then we call it convolutional neural networks, right? Does that make sense? So this one, we have the same thing like input layer. We have hidden layers, this one, these columns, and we are going to have output, which is going to, for instance, in this toy example, if it is cat or not, binary classification. Or it could be 2, for instance, cat, dog. Huh? And this is how these layers are gonna relate to each other. You see that? So still we have one input layer. We have, in this example, we have 2 16 unit hidden layers, and we have outputs. Guys, something came to my mind. Imagine that I have something like this, 28 by 28 pixel. I just randomly made that number, 28 by 28 pixel. Could you follow me so far? Yeah. If yes, please type 1. Merci. You are great. Awesome. So, and I write something in here. Let's just use brush and something like this. What could be this? A number, digit 6, right? So it is 28 by 28 pixel. Do you think that I can directly fit this number into, where's the thing, into a neural net like this? 28 by 28 pixel. Yes or no? Can I directly? Mohammed said no. Ernest. Ernest, I'm going to elaborate more. I know that I didn't ask very clearly. Are we saying every node has to represent a pixel? That is a very wise question. Who asked that? Lucas. Yes, we are going to do that. Guys, do you see what Lucas said? And I'm going to get to Mershad's question and Mohammed as well. Lucas said, let me just save that in desktop, saying number. And said that instead of having just a handwritten digit like this, let me just do something a little bit like 2, for example. Are we going to save them as pixels for? Yes. What we are going to do is we are going to say, okay, this is 28 pixels. So do we have anything here, guys? Do we have any pixel changed here? No. How about this one? No. How about this one? No. How about this one? No. But this one we have, if we go, we have some yeses here. Look, this is a simplified version, 0, 0, 0, 0. And imagine that we have just 0 and 1. But for this specific pixel, imagine that we have 1. For this one, we have 1. And for the rest, we have zeros as well. Does that make sense? Is it clear? Lovely. I love this class. Look at this one. Hey, I have this, which lots of zeros. And then I have Control C, Control V, hopefully. Then I have the next, which is going to be lots of zeros. Then I'm going to pick that one, that column, and make it, look at this one, the first part of those, then the second column, then the third column, fourth column, all the way go to the 28th column. Can anybody please multiply 28 by 28 and give me the answer? What is it? Reza, why you didn't say 30 by 30? So it could be lovely. So you see that this number is not just accidentally there. We are going to start our hello word working with a handwritten digit made in 1980s by United States Post Office. They call it MNIST. And that's the kind of hello world example that we use for deep learning. I just want you to just know what are we going to do. Yeah. And guess what? The idea is to have some magical units in the middle that we have no idea how it's going to how they're going to work for us. But if the number is 4, the light of this bulb is going to just turn on and say that it is 4. Or if it is 0, it's going to just say 0. And I'm telling you, it's not that much easy for some of the stuff like, for instance, this one. What is this? Maybe some of you say it is 1. Some of you say, hey, this is 7, right? And that's why the accuracy couldn't be, amazing. We have some cases like this one, right? And the question is, what if 7 is written small on the left top of the top corner of the picture, and what if you tilt it and it's going to be something like this? Can computer understand if it is small or if it is big, or if you tilt it, or if it is not in the center? What can we do? And so we have lots of challenges, guys. If you look at a number, no matter if that number is written properly, like it's not proper, it's like this, or if it is like this, or if it is like this, or you're going to understand. That is because your brain uses a kind of mysterious way to detect things. But we are talking about, as Prakash said, a stupid thing called computer. Sorry. And we want to make it understand all those different shape of writing handwritten digits. And remember, we're not going to deal with nice, neat Excel form of data. Like we have some columns, they tell us temperature, if it is rainy or not. Remember if it is heavy or not. We are talking about something which is not neatly structured. We call it perceptual. Let me just see what Anna said. We have to give thousands of examples to machine and say that these are all the possibilities. Wow. Enes, have you passed any deep learning courses before? Then predict. If not, you well, you're born to be a data scientist. Good job. In this course, do we have the opportunity to make our own data set? Good question. Most of the time, we use already existed data sets, but it would be amazing because we have all the needed tools. You just need your phone to take pictures. For instance, you need to go to Loblaws one day, Food Basics, whatever, and just pick pictures from 100 apples, save it, and then 100 different oranges, save it, and then it starts just working with it. Honestly, it is very much valuable test. And I'm going to share with you some videos that shows people use exactly phone and they made amazing data sets. Yeah. And you're going to just start working with it. And guess what? If you go to the data set that I have already provided for you in the first folder, you see they're not kind of something strange. Give me a second, please. Guess what? These are the photos that they want to distinguish between cats and dogs. So the first 2,000 examples are cats, and then we are going to have dogs, right? And exactly, instead of using this Kaggle original data, you're going to use your own Harlan. Did I answer your question? I'm going to answer that, Bilal, to you. Then if I say either of them, I'm going to lose half of the class. So it would be more efficient to write two processes. Good concern. Honestly, I have no clue. And this course is all about all these questions. I just wanted to sell them to you. I'm not sure that if I was successful or not. I do not have that much time. I want to just quickly show you something. Like many things else, we want to understand if it is a hype or not. So tomorrow, we are going to start page 1 of our journey, reading this one. I would be thankful if you start reading, and it is super simple. After finishing the chapter, if you read, I assure you that you are going to understand everything. But if you want to get the most out of the current course, my suggestion is please, in every week, try to read something like 10, 15 pages in advance. Even if you don't have time to spend deeply on the concept, please just read it like a newspaper. Just be familiar with it. And the next session that we are going to cover them, you're going to see, wow, everything now makes sense. Okay? I promise you, it's going to be a fun subject, and we're going to have a lot to learn from each other. If you don't mind, it's now 4:50. Tomorrow at 8, I'm going to be sharp on time. I'm going to be at George Brown. And then I'm going to stay there till 6 for having 3 awesome labs together. Okay. Is there any wouldn't it be more efficient to write two processes? We are going to talk about it, but awesome question. I agree that a big and varied data set helps, but trained also. Anand, you're going to have answer pretty soon. Okay. Awesome. Is there any concern, any question at the moment? Let me just unshare my screen. And see your chats. Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Okay. The add class code, somebody can help. What is the add class code, please? For our friends. If not, I'm going to just find it, not test. Yes, thank you very much. Bravo. Guys, thank you very much for coming to the session. And just take care of yourself and see you tomorrow. Okay? Have a good one. Ciao. Bye. Thank you very much.